blood is thinning, it is all I'm feeling. Tell me so I can understand. It happened so fast, now it pulls me in to hold on. Through the ripping deserts and crossing over to the land, praying to God in silent cries, take back my life.
Music Connects is a project that builds on the Mitrovica Rock School. And Mitrovica Rock School is an initiative that brings together youth from north and south, Mitrovica, Serb and Albanian youth from divided city through rock music.
This is the first year, where the few schools are united, not just the Mitrovica Rock School. Lots of people, lots of great musicians and different styles and everything.
Music Connects involves Music School Enterprise, who are a very successful pop school in Skopje. Most of their student population are ethnically Macedonian. Roma Rock School brings kids from Shutka to the center to work multi-ethnically, and then all three schools do things together.
Mitrovica Rock School's unique approach to reconciliation has made it an international success story. The school was founded in 2008 with support from Musicians Without Borders and Fontes Rock Academy. Each generation of students has taken new steps, gradually increasing acceptance of inter-ethnic cooperation.
Music Connect is a beautiful idea. It was born after years of Mitrovica Rock School doing similar things here, bringing people together through music.
The new project, Music Connects, brings Mitrovica Rock School's successful approach to reconciliation to two more rock schools, Roma Rock School and Music School Enterprise in neighbouring North Macedonia. It's summer 2018, and the students have arrived for the project kickoff, the first Music Connect summer school in Skopje, North Macedonia. The three local schools are preparing the rehearsal spaces. Organisers from Musicians Without Borders and trainers from Fontes Rock Academy arrive from the Netherlands. Before the music begins, the group get to know each other.
I see a lot of new faces, I love that. The goal of this week is to have fun. That's rule number one.
Students from Fontes Rock Academy join the project as trainers and experience music education in an entirely new context.
Cool.
We have 10 bands and sound engineers and a whole lot of stuff going on at the same time. Everything in like 5 or 6 days, plus a concert, so we're really excited about this happening.
I think that it's good to tell the bands that they need to have a goal. They need to have a goal for the rehearsal, but they need to have a goal also for the end of the week.
We just met and talked about music. That's why this whole thing is about music, connection, and which is really awesome because I want to learn more stuff, I want to be better at music and also share my knowledge.
It's been really great so far to learn more about the bass, and I like it because I have some knowledge from the guitar, but the bass is more about the rhythm. The coach inspires me a lot, and he helped me with the progression and with the melody.
I always block out nations or color, and to just see drummers, bass players, guitar players, keyboard players, vocalists, and that's the only thing I see.
Play it with an empty A string. Bam, bam.
We all know what we have to do in the band, so we try different styles of the song and we try to find out which style we like more.
Can you help me to break free? Unlock my chains, unlock my chains, so I can live. 'Cause you know that your heart is where I can breathe, I can breathe, I can feel.
We're kind of done with the first song, just a little bit to add, and the second song is gonna be greater with the help of the coaches and everyone, because we're all together in this.
Heart in chains, heart in chains, heart in chains, heart in chains,
Everything is under control.
I'm gonna use Muhammad Ali poem for this song. It's a poem I know a long time ago, and I really like it. So.
This is the recording studio that Mitrovica Rock School and the other schools come here to record all their songs and stuff. So I'm a sound engineer student for now. I'm kind of learning. This is my second day here. I was kind of excited, to be honest, because why not learn sound engineering with other students? Talk to international people, have fun, and they are really nice people.
We just recorded our first song as a band. We're a new band. And yeah, it went pretty well, actually.
We finished the song just in one rehearsal, and now you can see it, we finished the record.
The face of truth is open, the eyes of truth are bright, The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands for what? The gaze of truth is straight. The truth ain't never fear nor dumb. Truth has passion to wait. The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of
Without the
truth
codes, that would be the problem. They open our minds like what to do. You can do this, you can do that, you can do that. It's up on us to choose what we should do, but still they are there for us. Yeah.
Now try to make it high, very high and loud. Okay.
High.
Yes.
I don't know.
High and loud. Like shouting.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright.
No, like singing, like shouting. Like
The
really
face of truth is open. It's okay like that.
No.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright.
We learn a lot here, and we know each other's problems. We know each other's hobbies and dreams and things like that.
The truth is never fear nor dumb. Truth ain't passion to wait.
So music connects to forget our problems, to not live in the past, to see the future, to know each other's culture and stuff, to make music, like just to connect, that's it, and to move on.
One of the founders of this project told me earlier in the summer, they told me, I want to fit you in a project that I think you might like because you're a musician, and he already heard how I sang, and he's like, do you want to be in this project? Because this band, High Frequency, their singer canceled the day before they came here, so they don't have a singer. Do you want to sing? And I was like, oh, absolutely, of course. I mean, I'm not missing out on this chance.
As lovely autumn sets its prey.
I came there and it was such a nice atmosphere, and it was like musicians, and I was like, wow, I'm in a whole new world. Literally.
As he walks away.
It's amazing. And currently we're making our new song. We actually finished our new song, and we already finished their old songs that they had with the previous singer. And we have them all ready, and we have a collage ready for the gig.
Leave it all behind, just listen to the song. The sun will rise again.
The song instrumentally finished, but they didn't really have any lyrics. And they told me like they wanted to write a song that has deeper layers, so when you read it, you don't directly know what it's about.
Winter sets away so slowly.
I'm really excited for this, and I know it's gonna be the greatest gig of all my life.
Here it really brings people together, to see people from different regions, which maybe normally they would never know each other and never interact with each other, and here they can.
Living in Mitrovica and being a divided city gives you that scary feeling a little bit, because you don't feel really home. And when you go to the other side, you don't recognize everything that was there 18 years before. Just being here with everyone, it feels like a little family.
If it weren't for this, then I don't know, we probably wouldn't even think of like hanging out with Serbs or vice versa. So we know like a lot of students from the north, and they know students from the south, and think we are like cool with each other. We don't think politically with them, so it has an impact.
After the rehearsals, I really wanted to just come here and maybe meet new people. Even when I'm outside the school, why not meet new people, like share experiences and such. It's the way of life.
All these younger people, the younger musicians, being together here, connecting with music, of course, close to my heart for me as a musician and as a coach. So it's worth everything to see them create something and working together, having fun, having problems, solving problems. It's a beautiful thing to see. Beautiful.
We see a lot of progression in the kids. They somehow understood that the music connects everything, not only human being. I think that there is no enough words to explain that, you know, because you have to feel that, not to talk about that.
I want people to hear my music, to be together, have fun, because music is such a peaceful thing. And that's the word, music connects people, music connects souls.
This week was so massive. So first I would like to start by thanking the teachers of Roma Rock School for your flexibility and your expertise and your, I don't know where you are. And the same for the teachers of Enterprise.
The week started off really great with one of the bands they started to make. They were like really beginners, the Mitrovica Rock School, one of the new bands, and they already like started off, they kicked off with a really nice song, which I really loved. There were a lot of good songs made this week.
The Mitrovica Rock School team who made us proud all week, of course.
The communication is great. The songwriting abilities are great. Working with different people and different bands, that makes the band sound good.
We'll have fun tonight. Thank you.
Today is the last day of rehearsals, and these are like the last rehearsals for today. After this, we will move the instruments back to the hotel, and yeah, tomorrow will be the concert, the final concert, so this is pretty much it.
I'm not that nervous. Maybe before the concert I will get a little tense. Right now I'm not thinking about it, but yeah, I look forward to it.
Roses are red as hell. Her lips are mean, things are not well. Don't tell her rude, don't tell her bad. Believe me, baby, you'll end up to hell. And baby, don't think that she's the maddest. Black rose more, don't know the fattest. And baby, don't think that she's the maddest. Black rose more, don't know the bad.
Very often now there are students who are not in mixed bands who are showing up for these events, and there are a bunch of friendships now between kids who are not even in the school, but they're friends of kids who are in the school. And I think this is just the result of several concerts where we bring audience from the two sides together, so the audience members get to know each other. But this is something that was completely unheard of when we started with the project, and now it just happens, which is not something that we can control at all, of course, but it's really cool to see it.
If you live once, we shall live forever. You go back to how baby game is over. You go back to how baby game is over. Live once, live forever. Back to how game is over. Baby, don't think that she's the maddest. Black rose more, don't know it's the baddest. Baby, don't think that she's the maddest. Black rose more, don't know it's the baddest. Go back to hell, baby, game is over.
This week is one of the, let's say, most important weeks for Mitrovica Rock School because they're celebrating the 10th year of existing, and there will be a gig for the celebration of 10 years. Also, there will be some master classes with all the bands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3.
It's about counting, and that's why I'm...
You can do that. Count until you become comfortable. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. People from South Mitrovica come to the north regularly. We have training weeks every month. Also, we have workshops every month. For example, me, I go to South Branch every month. I'm always welcomed when I go there. It's like a normal way of working, like it should be.
You play for the intro, but then just a little less volume, and then tell hello everyone, thank you for listening, blah blah blah, maybe something like that.
Thanks for hating us. One more time again, and then the verse. Okay.
Hello everybody, thank you for listening. We were Morana. This is our last song. Bye bye.
So close and yet so far. Was I meant to be a slave to a love that can never be real?
Well, we had that training session, it was really good. The fact that he's a beginner.
It's my first time.
His first time, yeah, as a bass player, so it works really good.
Just to see if it's gonna work. If it's not, never mind.
Can you show me what you need?
My soul it can heal, and you are not here.
This year, this team of students is a very good one, and it's working very well. And for the organization, we're very happy and proud if things work, you know. So yeah, we're having a good week here.
So far remember my name.
The students themselves, they know they're here for band coaching or audio engineering, but the whole social aspect is so completely different than what they are used to.
I was kind of a bit depressed before I came to Skopje, and then it was really the best week of my life. I gained a lot of self-confidence, and I just felt more beautiful on the inside, and then it started showing on the outside, and everybody noticed that.
This project is, I think, the best thing that happened, I think, to us both, to become friends and bandmates.
I think it helps in such a big way because like we're connecting because of the war and stuff, and now I have Serbian friends, like they have me as a friend and I'm Albanian, and it's nice like to get along with people.
I've met some of the best maybe people and musicians through this project, so I'm really thankful to be a part of it.
I like this better than the one you had, but you do whatever she wants.
When I was coming up with the taxi, I really had a strange feeling and I was like shaking. What's going to happen? It's our first time having a real concert in the north.
When people talk about peace building, they're talking about people in high levels of government or military, stopping wars, making political agreements. But peace is something that happens on the ground. It happens between people.
We agreed not to do any speeches tonight, so this is not a speech. It's just a couple of words. When we first came here, we met some wonderful rock musicians who told us about the city's history as a rock music city and how they wanted to bring that back. And when we came up with the idea to set up a rock school, the idea was very clear, the goal was clear, the path was not so clear. Anyway, thank you really so much for all the wonderful work you do.
Last night, everything was about making music, being together, not caring about which side you are, not caring about what nationality you are.
The arts are the most powerful place where people can really make peace on the ground. Being together, doing things together, making music together is normal, and that is the basis of peace building.
Right here we are at the Central Park in Skopje, and right here is our school, actually, Roma Rock School. Yeah, I'm touching like it's mine. Never mind.
Yesterday we just had a short visit.
It's a sound engineering week, so our students are learning everything they need to know to record and produce and mix and master. At the end of the project, they will be able to record and produce their own songs.
See, this is the distance from the snare to the first one. Then you move it here, so it would have to be higher. Most of the time we try to have the same height, otherwise the volume will be different. So it's like a bit of a puzzle getting it all in the same kind of place.
We are in the most beautiful place in Skopje. I don't know, for me it's one of the most beautiful places because I am a Romani guy and I grew up out of this area.
The previous 2 days we explained a lot about how to record single instruments. And what we're doing right now is recording a whole band. So actually what we learned in the past few days, that's what we're putting to use now. The main thing about music, like everybody speaks another language in the whole world, but everybody speaks music, so that's what connects people.
For me, the music is the only thing what can wash our hearts, what can bring us to more love, more understanding between the people.
The Roma kids are very music talented, but we are not playing rock. We are not playing heavy metal. That was the idea, to make rock songs, but to put some Roma elements into it. The kids are not listening to rock. They are listening Romani music or Turkish music, and it was very strange to them to play rock music. In the beginning, they didn't like it. But when I said, let's put clarinet, improvise a little bit, then they started to like it. And now they're listening rock music at home, and they're coming to the organization and they're saying, come on, let's make a mix from this song, let's say from Guns N' Roses. Let's change it a little bit so the people can hear what we are doing.
So, romski melodies, to dáme romski.
We play rock music with Roma melodies and influences, but this week I've learned more about different styles of rock music. And also about other cultures from other people that are here. So it's not just about the music. After rehearsals, we sat in front of the hotel and talked.
My name is Johan and I'm a teacher at the Rock Academy. And I was here to talk to the people from the music schools and to coach a band. Find a structure. To be playing and to be looking at each other and to be listening to all the parts and try to mix in is a lot. But we'll get there. Same part. I love that. When we start just before the break, it's good.
Okay.
I'm more concerned about the process than about the product because I'm not. Of course, it's nice to have a good product in the end, a nice song or a very good recording or whatever. It's very important, but I'm very focused on how we work together and how can we communicate. Because if the process is good and if everybody's working together and the energy is right and we're all feeling good about the band or the music we're playing, then the product will be better by itself. All right. That's good, right? Better, huh?
Yeah.
Already, yeah.
So we are in Mitrovica. Do I pronounce it good? Mitrovica. And I really didn't know anything about this place or Kosovo before I came here, so I had to search everything on the internet and ask people. But it's like almost 2 different countries in one city. We connect the different sides by music, by putting them in a mixed band. So we have people from the north and people from the south.
We're from the north side of Mitrovica,
Yeah.
and they are from the south side. We actually met 2 days ago, and we're wowed that we did any music, almost the whole song.
I found a way to come to you through the brightness of your heart.
We had our first rehearsal on Tuesday, and then today, Thursday, we have our second one.
So now we start with a verse, and we have to decide how long the verse is.
Mitrovica is a divided city, so we never saw each other because they don't come to the north, we don't come to the south. It's really bad for everybody because kids don't get to see the other culture and experience it, even though they should.
I'm the moon, you're the sun.
It's a real shame because of everybody in charge, we can't meet each other, and this is almost the only way that we can do something together and not hate each other basically. So this is one of the only ways to meet each other, hang out, get to know a culture and someone new that we never saw before.
My soul is cold, it's true. You gave a light.
Back to the 4 types of effects. The first one, adjust your volume. So it does something about the volume of your guitar. So if you have a reverb effect, you can simulate a certain big or just a small thing. Otherwise you tend to
This time we have 4 new bands, and we have 3 bands who are old bands, so the Electro Hard, High Frequency and Static Mass. It's really like a training week, so they rehearse 3 times and then they have to make a song for the concert. It's not necessary, but they have the drive to do it. And then they rehearse the old songs to play it on Friday.
I'm the moon, you're the sun.
You can make it more drastic to find really what you want.
But what I want is not what the band would like, probably.
Doesn't matter because we don't know the band at this point.
Yeah.
So right now you can just do what you want. Would you do it differently?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see.
If you just want to take out the high end, you can also use it. We have a few new students and they're really excited. They want to learn hands-on. So it's not like explaining theory. It's like, what can I do? And I'll be like, Nicolas set up the microphone and he's like, okay. And he just gets it, looks at it, and we just help him, like, you do it like this, and he's like, oh, I get it. And then he does it, you know? So they're really eager to learn.
I don't have lyrics, but I have riffs. I mean, we can just try after this.
It's my second year at Mitrovica Rock School playing guitar, but also I wanted a new experience that could be useful to me, such as sound engineering. Everything that you learn is useful, especially about music and sound engineering. I found it very important because now I understand what takes so long to release a song.
Last year, it was my first time. I learned a lot. Like, I never thought I could actually write a song right there. I had no idea we were going to write our songs. I was just there with my band and I just made it. I was like so surprised with myself. So I get to have a band and we share opinions. It opened my mind.
I would play disco, yeah, and then do the single.
Of course, I'm still going to be part of Mitrovica Rock School because it changed a lot of things in my life. I got to know a lot of new people and I got to know about a lot of stuff that I had no clue about. Now, even if I want to do something solo when I grow up a little bit more, like, I know the bass because I learned it in here.
So you just have more, that your body is more relaxed, because otherwise you're like this. It's not so. You can keep your hands like this or this, I don't care.
We have new students from the south, new students from the north. We are categorizing them based on their levels, and we formed like 4 new bands.
It's good that the new people that come are like mostly like younger kids, you know, like 13, 14 years. And you know, with kids, you know, they can also speak with their friends and always, and I think it spreads the story much more.
Music is like a different language that everyone can join in on. And it's working together in a very different way from normal life. Like, you can get down into a rehearsal room and just be there and not worry about other stuff.
Tonight we're gonna have a performance night in Krim in the north. Some bands that already exist will play. And some bands who just started this week, one band will play, which is like amazing because they are alive now for 5 days.
Tonight we're expecting the Music Enterprise from Skopje and Roma Rock School from Skopje with 2 bands, so it should be nice.
Some of the people who will attend the concert are not from Mitrovica Rock School, but just people who like music. They don't know what they're gonna see. People think it will be normal rock, but this is different, you know.
Tonight, a lot of new and interesting bands are going to perform for you.
Rise me from
summer school is the launch of the new school year. So we're beginning afresh again with new bands and a very good experience and lots of songs that they can continue to work on. So when everybody goes kind of back to their home situation, there's a lot that we can do in terms of making music videos and promoting the bands, and also they are full of ideas when they come back that they can continue to work on.
Since last year I've gained a lot of band experience, and this year I was more ready to go into it. So I think what's really important is the experience that we get when we're in this program and writing songs and being compatible with the bandmates. So I think that's really important as well.
This week is all about rehearsals. Everybody rehearses every day almost, and the recording, and then at the end of the week the concert.
There's people my age, people older than me, people a year or two younger than me, and then there's people from Enterprise Skopje and people from the Roma Rock School, and we're all working together making songs so we can perform them at the end of the week.
Since I came to this program, what I really feel is really important is that no matter how much you don't know someone, because there are a lot of different people each year, you feel so close to them as if they were your friends for like 12 years or something. So that's what's really important to me as well, because this is the perfect combination of being individual enough to share your thoughts with others, but being in a group of people which are like a family.
Band coaches, they are open to a little bit a modern way of coaching, like not really telling everyone what to do, but just to also let the process grow, let them think, let them work out, let them solve their own problems. So really nice, really happy with that.
That's the thing that I like the most, because getting told what to do is not you creating something, it's them creating it. So they let you create it, they just make it a little bit better because they obviously have more experience than us. So if we have a good idea, they can just make it a little bit better. So it's still our idea, but they're really good coaches.
Because she's singing
Sometimes, of course, a student is so young that the band coach needs to give them some options. But if you give them options, they still have to choose. And it feels like they still made their own choice. So from there on, they go further.
The bands are so young. It's like the first time at the summer school, the first time really rehearsing so much together, writing songs, and then like 4 days in they have to record something. Usually when you go to record something, you make sure everyone knows the parts and the form and the kind of way they want their stuff to sound. But I think I'm almost there.
how to make new songs because I've never made new songs before. And I learned that you have to communicate and have a decent relationship in the band so you can make some new songs.
My research interests are around how people use music, and particularly how people use music who are living through and working within times of great social transition or great social upheavals. One of the goals of Music Connects, and particularly of the summer school, is to give bands that exist but don't always get to play together an opportunity to really build up their repertoire. The day itself is quite structured. The students are organised into band coaching sessions and they're working with their band, and they're either working in the morning or in the afternoon, and it's pretty full on. And then by the time a meal time comes around, often you're tired, so it's not unusual to see people sitting within their language group still in those occasions. But the most likely socialising and mixing that happens outside the front of the hotel in the evenings. According to some of the real old hands here who've been involved in many summer schools, that table right there is the legendary mixing table, or the socialising heart of the Skopje Summer School.
Maybe go on to the next one. So this, I think this one is the most difficult. So can we find something that has the A vowel, but another?
One of the goals is not just to connect young people, but also to connect them with each other across borders, with skills, with infrastructure to support them. So one of the things that Music Connects is going to do is support the development of that infrastructure, and that's the recording studios, but also people who need to work in them and operate the desk and know how to set the mics and how to make people sound good.
We'll play 2 songs in the question, okay?
Well, we're gonna rehearse the 2 songs we've done, so we have them ready for tomorrow. They're gonna stand up like they would in the concert, and they won't face me anymore. They will face the chalkboard, so we can get it all ready for tomorrow.
Verse. And then 4 times.
Right now we are in the front of the Hotel Ambassador in Skopje. The last day of being here, actually, if I can call it like that. The end of the week. Very hard week, but the expectations for tonight's concert are really great because we work whole week and we put all efforts to make something, and the results are visible. Of course, with the help of our band coaches. So I just can't wait tonight to show the people actually how creativity and the music can be really beautiful.
Music does connect people. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, nor what religion you believe in. You can really connect through music, and while making it.
We are not promising peace and love in Kosovo through a music project. I don't think it's achievable. But we see people growing up in the project who are a certain kind of people. The Mitrovica Rock School is now led by people who grew up in the project, who were kids initially. And they become a certain kind of leader that is very rare. So what will come out of that, it's a very interesting thing to follow. But if I look at this group, I see a lot of hope. If the young people are the future, then we're fine.
As I'm getting closer, peeking through the shadow, I see you coming near, breaking up
so much for coming tonight. We hope to see you again next year. Stay safe and rock on!